Alright, so hey guys, welcome back to finally another desktop review video. Um, I was in the midst of doing a Lego Star Wars review for an older set that a friend gave me for Christmas. He's a good friend of mine and he's a good guy. But unfortunately, my camera did die on me, so I had to let that charge. So while that is up and running, I can go ahead and run through this and get this video cranked out for you guys instead. Now then, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, today we are going to be talking about the M4 PDW EDW. It's kind of a lot to say when you say it really fast. It's by BJI Industries, as all the M4 PDWs have been in the past. However, this one, I took a more of a I want to say advanced warfare approach. I've never played the game personally, but I've seen some gameplay, and there is a weapon that uses energy as its projectile, I guess is the best way to put it. It's more like a laser instead of a bullet. So I wanted to kind of take the M4 PDW platform and convert it to like a futuristic type weapon instead of its normal using high velocity rounds or 50 Beowulfs or things like that. So without further ado, we're going to get into the BJI Industries M4 PDW EDW. Now then, EDW stands for Energy Directed Weapon, PDW stands for Personal Defense Weapon, and that's because it all is very, very small. Now then, what's really neat about this one is that it's just so unique. As you can see, it has an M8A1 style stock on it. So kind of like the XM8 is kind of going to be the futuristic M4 platform. I went ahead and incorporated that style stock onto this model. I've got the Ace 21 style charging handle upper receiver on this one with a much shorter bolt catch on this one because the bolt catch would have gotten in the way of the charging handle. It's nice and crammed up in there, but it's not too crammed. And then the magazine on it is now black, and it has orange translucent pieces on it for a nice kind of energy type plasma moving around inside of it look. So, like all of the models that I do, we're going to start with the stock and move our way up into the muzzle, I guess is what you could call it. Before we move on, though, let me open up Photo Booth for a second. Make sure this is up and running. Of course it is. I have a real-life prototype sitting right here. So here's the upper receiver. Essentially, this is your bolt charging handle. So you're going to pull back here, and then on this side, it's going to open up your shell ejection port. I have a video of this up on my channel already, and then I simply took this and built it into real life. So this one is, again, just a prototype. It's not finished. It's not anywhere near finishing, but I do have a video of this up. So if you guys want to check this out, you can go look at that. Pretty simple. Also, while I'm here and on the subject of this, I am in the midst of making this a viable weapon again. So I fixed the fire selectors on it. They still move up instead of down. I just like the whole moving up feature a lot better. It's easy with this finger, which is your shooting finger, to go ahead and change this. And then you can still do it with your thumb on this side, like I am now, but it's kind of awkward. Again, same standard magazine, same standard lower receiver. It's got the same standard upper receiver that I might change, not sure yet. It's got the same standard, you can pull the bolt back and everything. This bolt's a little bit easier to pull back for some reason, I don't know why. The only two things that I have officially changed on it is this, which is your work in progress stock. There still needs to be a little slope right here. This is a M8 PDW style stock. So you have your original stock here, and then you pull a pin on this side, and it pulls out to that length, which is actually a really nice length. I can get behind this one quite easy. And this is actually a much sturdier stock than my other one. This one's also 3 studs longer than the red one that I just showed you, which is nice. It only has the short position and long position. I might go in and add more holes, not sure just yet to keep burping in my mouth. And then the barrel, I changed up on this one. So it's got the smooth pieces in there, and then it's got the smooth circle pieces out here. And then I'm debating on adding a front sight here. There are 2 of those on the inside as well because I don't have enough yellow pieces, but I might use them for something, so I don't know just yet. Get rid of photo booth and get back into this weapon. Alright, so again we're going to start with the stock and move our way forward. So this stock is a pretty standard stock. It's a really nice stock though. I really enjoy this one. It has a much nicer shape to it. As you can see, it's got the, I can't point with my finger. It's got the one recessed here, and then it's got the 2 jutting out here. Same thing on this side, recessed here. It's got your nice curved butt pad on it, so it fits up into your shoulder quite nicely. Of course, on this side, you can pull out this pin right here. Grab your connection selection tool and pull it out. It's only got 1 position in it so far because I was kind of rushing to finish this model before I had to go to bed that night. So yeah, this is obviously eventually will be adjustable up to 8 times, I believe is what I got last time I counted, and it extends as long as the yellow and blue one that I just showed you. Now then, this one has a black cheek pad up on top of it that is really nice because your charging handle isn't there, which means you can get behind this cheek pad and really be comfortable on the weapon itself. This pin right here allows you to pull out the entire stock, so maybe I can do that. Yes, I can. So you have your entire stock here, which in itself is adjustable, but if you want to just adjust this back part of the stock, you can do so, but if you need to adjust it out any further, you can use it right here. So while this is off, let me show you guys what it looks like without this stock. So this is the M4 PDW without a stock on it at all, so kind of like a small carbine pistol type thing. It looks pretty decent, not the absolute best. I might take off the foregrip if I ever do this in real life, but it does work. So we're going to go ahead and put the stock back on. I went with a light gray, dark gray, and then even darker gray coat on this weapon, and I have black highlights all over it. It has a really nice futuristic combination to it. It just, like the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2 has a white and blue, so I kind of went for that lighter color in the future, kind of neutral gray, white colors. So that's what I went with here. Really nice accents, and it works pretty well. So the lower receiver is a pretty standard lower receiver. It's got the ambidextrous fire selectors, your working trigger. It has your ergonomic pistol grip right here. It's got a black stripe going down the back for ergonomics. It's got a screw hole right there. It's got the little finger lodgings in here so that your fingers don't move around when you're firing the weapon. Like I said, working trigger, working ambidextrous fire selectors / safety switch. You have your working mag release, which does go up into the inside of this magazine, so it holds it in place. You have to pull your magazine. You have to pull the magazine release to get the magazine out. Sorry guys, that text just threw me off a little bit. My friend was thanking me for part of a video that I did. So yeah, there's a black screw here. The magazine itself, can I detach it? No, of course not, because I used it. Yeah. But like I said, it's mostly black. It has this little kind of V shape on the bottom. It's got the orange highlights going around it. This magazine is actually supposed to be turned upside down, but seeing as I kind of don't like how LED works and you can't turn bricks upside down like that unless you're using specific pieces, I didn't really feel like doing that. So I just went ahead and built this one normally faced, but in real life, the magazine is indeed flipped upside down. In fact, the magazine inside of the red one that I have of this is flipped upside down. Now then, this one does have a window type viewport in the side here, where you can see the last 2 energy cell bars on the magazine. So if your top cell bar here is empty meaning it's not orange anymore, it's just a translucent white, then you are out of ammo and you need to reload. So that's just a nice feature that I wanted to add on. There is a working bolt catch. By working, I simply mean that it moves the way it needs to move. It doesn't actually catch the bolt, it doesn't actually release the bolt. It simply moves back and forward this way, side to side. So you can push it in, you can pull it out, and you can do that. I, for some reason, cannot do it. It's just a simple clip piece and a simple rod that they used for Yoda's staff. It's the 3-stud wrong rod that they had for him. So if you know that piece, then you know what I used. Like I said, the charging handle is on this side. I keep saying Galil. It's not a Galil. It's an ACE-21 style charging handle. The ACE-21, made in Israel, which also makes Galil, has the charging handle on the left side of the gun, makes reloading super easy. So I went with that style design, kind of for a futuristic version here. So that is a nice, wonderful touch. It adds up new diversity to this weapon, and then it lets you have this cheek rest on the back. Of course, it's still got the little slots here on the side here. And then on this side, there is no little slots, except this one right back here. However, there is the standard, what's it called? Forward assist, and then your standard brass deflector, and then, of course, your standard dust cover. So it has essentially all the normal features of an M4, except it has a SAR charging handle and it shoots energy instead of bullets. You have 4 rail systems on this weapon, 1 full-length top, 2 short kind of on the side ones for any tactical lights, lasers that you might have, and then 1 on bottom for your Peacekeeper styled foregrip, which has become a staple of all of my M4 PDW MOCs. There is only one that does not use a Peacekeeper style foregrip, but it does use a vertical foregrip, so it just kind of works. In fact, the one that uses the vertical foregrip, it was the lower receiver here, slightly, this has been modified since, and then the upper receiver here, slightly, that has also been modified since. And then you have your barrel on the inside, which is the much thicker barrel. It's not a normal 2-stud wide circle pieces that you guys see, like in the yellow one that I showed you, the yellow and blue M4 PDW that I showed you. It's not those pieces, they're actual tires that are draped over those pieces, so it has a nice tight fit. It works very well. If you guys have ever seen my M4 PDW for Nikolai Yakovich, then you know what I'm talking about, because I did the same method there. And then I didn't want to do any type of like flaring on the end of the barrel, so I just put 1 tire and then left it at that. It looks really nice and I like it. As for the sights, they are Advanced Warfare sights. They're from my different username. I basically watched his IMR video and then replicated them myself. They fold down and they do what they need to do, and I enjoy them, and they work well. Sorry if you can hear my phone. I have text reminders on, so sometimes I forget that I have them on because I'm kind of new to it, so it keeps going off every once in a while. So again, I have to apologize for that. Give me 1 sec, guys. Let me send out a text real quick. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, it's a pretty simple video, short and sweet. It's like, I don't know how long now, more than 10 minutes probably. So if you guys want to see a really interesting time-lapse of this video, my friend did a time-lapse video in his free time. I have already uploaded it to my channel. He basically takes and deletes every piece by piece and then plays it back super quick in a nice motion so that you guys can see it being essentially built from one perspective, and you don't have that weird moving around with other type building instructions. Really nice. He does a side by side so you can see both the left and right side, so you don't ever miss any detail that's in it. And surprisingly, YouTube let it render at 1080p, so we're doing it in high definition now as well. There will be more of those videos coming out in the future. He is a good friend and he's doing a pretty good job, and I have a feeling that you guys will like those types of videos because I like them and they're pretty neat. So we're going to see more of those in the future. There's one of these already up. I need to go add this weapon onto my website, so when I get that up and running, I will let you guys know in a new video, I guess. I did update the website the other day. It is updated with new images. LDD de Pavre was definitely my friend that day. I did over like what 8 or 9 video image conversions in that one day, plus the ones that I had already done in previous days, and then I took those images and I went ahead and I uploaded them as newer cover art for the very beginning of a weapon page if I still had the LDD file for it. It's really nice, adds in a lot of detail so you guys can see a much more realistic rendering of it, so you don't have to deal with kind of these lame cartoony LDD looks. So that's pretty much it. That's on my agenda, guys. So I'll have more videos out in the days to come. There are a lot of videos that are going to start getting uploaded. My friend, the same guy who does my time lapses, was able to get my hard drive cleaned up on this Mac computer. So now I have room to actually record videos, which was preventing me before. So I'm super glad that that happened. I'm super glad that he was able to do that, because now I can get back into doing better YouTube videos. So as you can see, obviously I have screen capture equipment on this one. I don't in normal computers and things like that. So I'm going to start doing instructions for the Shrike M4. A YouTuber did ask me for that, a subscriber I bet too, so I need to get those uploaded and out, and my plan is to get those done as quickly as possible. However, they do take time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later in another video. Thanks for watching.